Hi, my name is Sven Bostyn. The course I would like to present you now is Technical Innovation, Market Power and Fairness in Society. What this course is about two extremely interesting areas of technology. The one is what we call disruptive technologies, the likes of Facebook, Google, Uber, Airbnb. The other sector we will discuss is life science, development of drugs. Why have I chosen these two sectors and why are they relevant to study? First of all, disruptive technologies, we all think it's something we all want because it's free, at least when it comes to Facebook it's free. But of course there's a lot behind that. These technologies have gained enormous market power to the extent they are very dominant. That's very strange because it's a free product. So one must ask yourself, how is it possible that an industry that doesn't charge any money has been capable of developing such a powerful position? Well, the reason for that is not only because they live on ads, but also because there's a lot behind the scenes. In particular, these companies own a lot of intellectual property rights. They own exclusive rights on a lot of the technology they use, which means, of course, that because of the existence of these intellectual property rights on the technology they use, other companies, potential competitors, cannot use this technology to develop a similar platform. Secondly, these disruptive technologies use to the extreme the data they collect on a daily basis. Those data give them enormous market dominance because they're the only ones who have access to these data, and they decide to share or not to share these data. These data allow them again to develop further technology which give them an even more powerful position in society. And you get like a never-ending stream of dominance in these companies. Another sector that I would like to discuss a bit further is the life science sector. Also, this sector is very much known for its dominance in society. Why is that? Well, because of the use of intellectual property rights. Developing new drugs costs a fortune in R&D. Companies would only be interested in doing that if they get something in return. That something in return is an exclusive right. For a period of time, competition is basically excluded for the drugs they have developed, which means that during that period of which they have exclusivity, no competition is on the market and they can charge high prices. And as we know, of course, drugs are very expensive. That has allowed them to build up a very powerful market position, and also because they deal with a very sensitive product, drugs, they have a lot of leverage in society. What we're going to discuss in this course is how these two technologies, how they have been able to build up such a market dominance, and whether there's anything we can do about that. Well, there is a couple of things we could try to do about it. One of them is what is called competition law or antitrust law. Is it normal that companies like that can build up such positions? And is there anything that antitrust law can do about it to mitigate the dominance of those companies? That's the first question. A second layer of the course will also be other areas of the law which we take into account. There's fundamental rights. For example, there's the right to privacy, there's the right to health. Can these play a role in coming to a fairer society where these technologies are not dominating as they are today and are not basically, when it comes to drugs, charge excessive prices, when it comes to disruptive technologies, make use of all those data without ourselves having any influence over it. At the same time, also keeping secret the algorithms they develop to do whatever they want to do. For example, recently Facebook announced that they have a new algorithm to fight political influence. But they don't share the details of that algorithm, so they keep it secret for themselves. So we have to trust them that they're doing the right thing, but they don't tell us anything on how they do it. And not even though they tell us how they do it, the algorithm, which might be valuable for other platforms, is not shared. So society doesn't benefit there either. Why should you take the course? There's actually no reason why you should not take the course. So I could keep it short here. However, because that would be a bit too short, I will give you a couple of extra reasons. You should take this course because this course deals with two of the most important areas of technology in society. I don't think anyone could argue with that. It's about disruptive technologies, which cover most of our lives, and it's about healthcare and drugs, which unfortunately for most of us covers our lives as well. So by taking this course, you will get a deep insight and a critical insight and a critical evaluation of how these two areas of technology function. You get a behind the scenes insight on how these companies work, and it's not all sunshine, of course. That will give you another stance maybe on what we should do in the future. Should we regulate these technologies better? Is there anything else we can do about it? So it's a very exciting course about something that belongs to us all. It's about disruptive technologies. It's about drugs and pricing of drugs. It's about fundamental rights. What can we do to mitigate the dominance? It's about competition law. How can competition be ensured? It's about technologies you should know everything about and you should be aware of. And I give you actually a bonus point here. The bonus point is, by taking this course, you will deal with the two most important areas of technology, and that happens to be also the two areas of technology which have the highest earners in private practice. So it gives you a perfect job and a perfect salary at the end. Thank you very much.